The Jobs Live channel is an innovative, interactive, moderated online channel that brings job opportunities directly into the home, classroom, or business. The Jobs Live channel is free to the end user and does not require any additional equipment to be purchased or licenses to be downloaded. Since 2016, the Jobs Live channel and the Learn Live channel have supported the futures of people across the UK by delivering over 2,000 live broadcasts and reaching over 10 million people in schools, colleges, and the wider community. The Jobs Live channel can be attended by an unlimited number of individuals simply by logging into the channel and joining the live broadcast. The broadcasts can be customised to showcase an organisation's vacancies and profile, provide live video feeds and live jobs, and have a running commentary from our studios to review the latest job opportunities available across the UK. The Jobs Live channel is a partnership with businesses and the DWP and works continuously to link job seekers to employers and educate them about the types of companies available within the economy. The channel is already working successfully with companies like Balfour Beatty, Network Rail, the NHS, alongside hundreds of businesses supported by the local economic partnerships. Individuals and employees are encouraged to ask questions during the broadcasts via the channel's moderated live chat facility directly to the Jobs Live channel partners. The Jobs Live channel can offer you the following: a channel which gives employers and partners the opportunities to promote and discuss their current vacancies to a captive audience of job seekers. Dedicated channel pages for your business to host video content both live and on demand. An innovative, moderated live chat facility on your channel page to provide real-time interaction between customers and businesses. Fully searchable live jobs applet for customers to locate the latest vacancies and watch videos from employers discussing the roles available. Finally, using our trusted methods and our extensive knowledge of this market, our project plans ensure all resources and step-by-step processes are met in line with timescales and budgets. We look forward to working with your business in the future on the Jobs Live channel. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, I'm Andrea Quirk and I'm the Global Head of Methodologies at Standard & Poor's. So I got involved with mentoring circles about a year ago now, and it's something I was really excited about. The success, I think, has been beneficial not only for the people who've been involved in those sessions, but also for me as an employer and somebody who is, always looking at candidates and thinking about what the needs of our business are. So I think in terms of success that it's brought, it's enabled people to, first of all, interact in a virtual sense across, with a variety of different individuals coming from different backgrounds, questions. They're able to listen in, think about people's different experiences, which I think has been invaluable. I think the other benefit as well, and the other success that we've seen, is that it's given me an opportunity and my organisation an opportunity to share with the candidates my experiences of what we're looking for when we're hiring people, the types of things that people should be thinking about in interviews, things around how they should try and plan for success and how they should position themselves. Also, other things around thinking about what they should be thinking about in their CV and how they should really be thinking about their personal brand when they're looking for job opportunities. So given the type of organisation that I work for, which really spans across a variety of different roles, a variety of different roles with different capabilities, whether it's in the data space, the technology space, the analytics space, the sales space, we're able to share with the candidates and with the people involved in mentoring circles our experience. And hopefully that sets them up for success when they're thinking about their next job opportunity.
Hello and welcome to the Jobs Live channel. So today I have been joined by Charlie Buckwell. Hello Charlie, how are you?
I'm very good, Jen. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm very good as well, and I'm glad to hear you are too. So could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do?
Yes, I head up a business called McCann Health Medical Communications, and we're a specialist marketing communications business which provides services to the healthcare industry. And so we've been very busy, actually. We're very fortunate to have been very busy through this past year or so.
So could you tell us a little bit more about Northwest Works for You, the Jobs at Expo that's happening in April, and why have you decided to sponsor it?
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic initiative. It brings together public and private stakeholders, really with the aim of creating opportunities for people at what is a very testing time. And so it's also a fresh approach, which I think brings together different stakeholders with people who might not otherwise find a way to connect with those companies that are getting involved in this project. So I think it's really exciting and at the right time.
That's brilliant. So what would you say is maybe different about this particular Jobs Expo event, and what is McCann Healthcare's involvement within that?
Well, first of all, what's different is we're asking companies to make a pledge for roles that they will make available specifically in the Northwest, and particularly in terms of the early career pathways and early career opportunities they might have. And in that process, to also think about how they find opportunities for people that they might not otherwise consider. And so we're really focusing on life skills, if you like, as much as we are on qualifications and what people can bring to the table that might be a bit different, and how we then support those people into those jobs and careers through the interview process, but also then what happens after they start in those jobs. And so it's different from that perspective. And as I said, bringing together public and private stakeholders to connect with those people is different as well. And our involvement is really because we're based in the Northwest, but we do have offices around the UK and the US and Canada. But we're making a specific commitment to recruit in the Northwest as part of this program. And I say particularly that early career stage. So we have a lot of roles which are involving graduates or scientific roles, but we also have roles in digital, HR, finance, IT, and other functions which we can look at differently in terms of those early careers I mentioned. And so that's our pledge, and that's what we're committing, and very excited to do so.
So going back to the Ambition 21 pledge, could you tell me a little bit more about that and what's involved within that pledge?
Yes, so we're trying to open up 2021 roles for people in the Northwest, a minimum of that, that companies will commit to, that they might have looked maybe elsewhere in the country, they might have looked at differently in terms of the kinds of people they might want to recruit. And we're asking the pledge to then be made by the companies involved in the program to ring fence those roles for this program. And in that process, also look at people and try and create opportunities for people that they might not have otherwise considered. And that's why I think it's also very exciting. So companies are getting involved. There's a lot of interest and excitement from employers in the Northwest. And I think that shows a commitment in these difficult times to create these opportunities for people.
After the event is complete, what would you say success would look like afterwards?
Well, we think there's an opportunity to do a lot more than the 2021 roles that I mentioned, but that's a starting point. And really, we hope this event will become the basis for several future events. And so that's going to create its own momentum and create more opportunities for people going forward. But also for those people who get into these roles, then there's going to be a specific set of hopefully support and backup, coaching, mentoring, and development opportunities that will come with those roles. And that's going to be a part of the expectation that we're asking companies to make when they're making a pledge. So there's a lot of different facets to it. There's some long-term gains, but also for those people who get into roles, hopefully some very short-term gains as well.
Perfect. That's lovely. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Charlie. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Thank you, Jen. Great to speak with you too.
Hello and welcome to the Jobs Live channel. Today I have been joined by Daniel Cashmere. Hello Daniel, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Jobs Live. Daniel, could you tell me who you are and what your role is there?
Yeah, I'm Daniel Cashmere. I have the privilege of being the Chief People and Procurement Officer in TalkTalk.
Yeah, I'm a proud owner of a TalkTalk system here at Learn Live, so thank you for that. It's a very reliable system. And I suppose you're looking for a particular type of people as well to join your organisation. I had a conversation with one of your colleagues, Emma, recently, and she was saying the type of person you're looking for. But maybe you could just tell us a little bit about the kind of people that you attract at TalkTalk.
Yeah, so we're looking for people who work in different sectors. Could be technology, could be commercial, could be marketing, all sorts of different areas. We're quite a young, quite innovative, quite a dynamic company. So we're looking for people who have got can be entrepreneurial, who've got good ideas, can be innovative, and want to come and work in a progressive culture, in a progressive business that's doing a product, which is supplying a product to people, which has really been sort of incredibly important during this whole COVID pandemic.
Thank you. And what can you tell us about the Northwest Works for You Jobs Expo in April, and why have TalkTalk decided to sponsor it?
Well, I think it's just I think that as a corporate citizen with its headquarters in Salford in Manchester, we just look around and we sort of just see the constant stories of businesses and the volume of people being unemployed, etc. And we thought it would be really good to try and bring together some of the leading employers across the Northwest and see what we could do collectively in terms of providing opportunities for people who have fallen on hard times and want to get back into the workplace. And we felt that if we brought a bunch of employers together, we thought that actually good things could come out of that. And we're very excited that this conference will allow us to do that.
That's great. And what's different about this Job Expo event to maybe others that you've got involved with, especially before COVID?
Well, I think we've asked everybody who's going to be able to participate to come along with with an open mind and an open door in terms of opportunities that they can offer to people. So we've put this pledge system in place, and some organisations, it may be relatively modest numbers now. They may grow as the economy starts to pick up after this dreadful thing has gone away. But we've asked people to come along and be action oriented, and let's see if we can give people an opportunity.
Also, can you tell me about the Ambition 21 pledge? I mean, people may have heard of that. What does it actually mean for Talk Talk?
So we've asked organisations to come along, to be open-minded about opportunities, thinking about opportunities perhaps for long-term unemployed people, etc. And Ambition 21 is all about creating real-life opportunities for people who have maybe been out of the workplace for a while, and let's see what we can do in terms of helping people with smooth processes, processes that are easy and accessible. And I think where this is different from other sort of stuff, this is not a talking shop. This is a place for action. This is a place for opportunity, and we hope people are going to find it exciting. We hope that quite a number of people are going to find it rewarding in terms of being able to provide a proper, substantial job at the end of it.
And what do you think success will look like following the Jobs Expo? What do you think success will look like for Talk Talk, and what do you like to see happening in the future?
I think that all organisations are interested in finding talent, because that's the breath. Talent is the oxygen that feeds the breath that keeps organisations going. And I think that this expo is going to give us access to people who we wouldn't normally bump into, and will bump into, and we're going to find some talented people who are going to come along and work for us. And I think that we're all going to be better off as a result of it. So I think success means that we meet people from different backgrounds, diverse candidates, and I think we do some dancing, and I think we come up with some good results.
And do you think people have a different view as well of the different roles within Talk Talk? Because I suspect they see it in one way, maybe, of what you do, supplying broadband, but there's a whole raft of different jobs you offer. Do you think there's a chance that people may find out more about you as well?
Yeah, I think it'd be a great opportunity for us to showcase what we're all about, who we are, what we do, what our values are, what our ambitions are, the technology that we use now, the technology that we hope to use in the future, and just give people a sense of what we are. Because even if there's not as many jobs as we'd like to offer people right now, as we grow, as the economy picks up, etc., it'll be great to stay in touch with people and let people know about opportunities as they present themselves.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Look forward to seeing you back here on the Jobs Live channel very soon.
Thank you very, very much.
Take care.
Sam Ankers, the team manager in the Cared For and Care Leaver service, and I support the Care Leaver service, which is a team that supports around 300 young people, not only across Cheshire East but across the UK as a whole. I am a personal corporate parent for all those young people, along with my staff and along with every other council department within the authority. We support young people for a wide range of issues. As I said, we're corporate parent. Supporting a young person into employment, education or training is a big factor for those young people, and something that we do concentrate on, and something that we're happy that you're all supporting us with today. For those that don't know, care leavers are young people who've had a period of time in the care of a local authority. That may be with foster parents, with other family members, in a children's home. These young people, for many and a variety of reasons, have not been able to live with their parents. We also support some young people, some young asylum seeking children who've come across to the UK with no family in the UK, and we will support them as well through their journey, and then they become care leavers and we also help them out. Some services and some people, there might be some stigma with some children in care and care leavers. Some people might describe these young people as difficult, challenging and naughty. I totally disagree with that. There's no such thing as that. These young people have suffered difficult upbringings, and some young people suffered some significant trauma in their lives. So I would go against that stigma. There's many young people in our service who are flourishing, doing really, really well. Many of our young people go on to lead very good lives, go to university. You'd be surprised that there's probably many care experienced people within your workforce. I myself would class myself as care experienced. And I think young people who are care experienced would have great value and enrich your workforce. I would hope that employers would give young people a chance, understand some of the circumstances that they may faced in their childhood, that employers would give young people maybe some added support in their employment and their roles. Some employers that maybe needed to give young people maybe a second chance if they arrive slightly late for one day. I know I've arrived slightly late sometimes in my job and been given a second chance too. I feel that we need to offer some support for young people to make sure that they can fulfill their potential, and give young people lots of opportunities in many wide-ranging roles. I hope that many Cheshire East care leavers and also care leavers across the Northwest are going to attend the Expo. I hope that many employees will be able to link up with some of our care leavers, build up a bit of rapport with them, hopefully offer some interviews. And what I hope to see is that we see many of our young care leaving cohort find employment with the employers that attend the Expo.
The Jobs Live channel is an innovative, interactive, moderated online channel that brings job opportunities directly into the home, classroom, or business. The Jobs Live channel is free to the end user and does not require any additional equipment to be purchased or licenses to be downloaded. Since 2016, the Jobs Live channel and the Learn Live channel have supported the futures of people across the UK by delivering over 2,000 live broadcasts and reaching over 10 million people in schools, colleges, and the wider community. The Jobs Live channel can be attended by an unlimited number of individuals simply by logging into the channel and joining the live broadcast. The broadcasts can be customised to showcase an organisation's vacancies and profile, provide live video feeds and live jobs, and have a running commentary from our studios to review the latest job opportunities available across the UK. The Jobs Live channel is a partnership with businesses and the DWP and works continuously to link job seekers to employers and educate them about the types of companies available within the economy. The channel is already working successfully with companies like Balfour Beatty, Network Rail, the NHS, alongside hundreds of businesses supported by the local economic partnerships. Individuals and employees are encouraged to ask questions during the broadcasts via the channel's moderated live chat facility directly to the Jobs Live channel partners. The Jobs Live channel can offer you the following: a channel which gives employers and partners the opportunities to promote and discuss their current vacancies to a captive audience of job seekers. Dedicated channel pages for your business to host video content both live and on demand. An innovative, moderated live chat facility on your channel page to provide real-time interaction between customers and businesses. Fully searchable live jobs applet for customers to locate the latest vacancies and watch videos from employers discussing the roles available. Finally, using our trusted methods and our extensive knowledge of this market, Our project plans ensure all resources and step-by-step processes are met in line with timescales and budgets. We look forward to working with your business in the future on the Jobs Live channel. Thank you for watching.
Yes, hello everybody. It's good to meet you. My name's Claire Hayward. I am a director of Cirrus, and Cirrus is a leadership development consultancy and is part of Accenture. I'm also the chair of the Local Enterprise Partnership for Cheshire and Warrington. So I'm absolutely delighted that we are able to support care leavers right across the whole spectrum. So through the Pledge, who are working with employers and lots of young people, really to inspire and inform them about new roles and opportunities that there are in the workplace. And also we're able to support care leavers across all of their age groups as well, which is really important, and to open up give them more information about the opportunities that there are in the market. Yes, I think there are often myths around care leavers, and one of the key things is let's open up the conversation. Let's explore the untapped potential that we have with care leavers. And that's it, care leavers right across the age spectrum. There's a huge amount of untapped talent. They bring a completely different perspective into your workforce. It enables us to diversify our workforce and also will bring in a huge number of different skills. So important that as employers that we take the opportunity to have the conversation and really understand and support some of the challenges that some of the care leavers may have, but also the huge opportunities that we have to enable them to walk into the jobs and the job opportunities. So I have huge hopes actually, because we have a large number of employers coming along to the jobs fair. And that includes organisations such as TalkTalk, Network Rail, Greggs, Engie, McCann. So that opens up a whole array of opportunities to explore for the care leavers. And what's fantastic is we are hoping to have over 100 employers, and they recognise the benefits of diversifying their workforce. And they recognise the importance of tapping into huge potential. So I really hope that the care leavers have the opportunity to have a really good conversation where they are inspired and supported to be able to explore the job opportunities that are available to them in a huge array of sectors and jobs. So that's my hope, is they have the opportunity to have those conversations.
So welcome to this Jobs Live tutorial for people who are joining us next week for the Northwest Works for You Jobs Fair. So the first thing you need to do is go to the main site, which is jobsliveuk.com, and then you'll need to log in to either create an account or to log in to your account. So if you want to get the most out of the site, it will be good if you logged in initially or actually registered to use the site. This enables you to able to meet other organizations and to also private chat with them about your application, or if you want to find out more about them. So first off, you need to log in. So if you've not registered, the simple register as subscriber there enables you to do that, and it takes you through a number of steps that you just need to do to register to the channel, and you can just fill in your details there, and then you will get an email to confirm that you are then logged in or subscribed to the channel. So I just go back, because obviously I've created an account already, so I'm going to log into that account. Just need to click the capture, and you can also click remember me. Then you can log in. And this takes you then to the main channel page, the Watch Now page, where we continually stream interviews with organisations who've got job vacancies at the moment. Now you can leave a chat message in there, which is our main channel page, but also next week you'll be able to go straight to the event page itself. So if you scroll down from the channel page, the Watch Now page, you'll see there you can go straight to the event. And you can catch up with the stream on there as well. So from Tuesday next week, starting from 11 o'clock, you'll be able to see live employers who've got vacancies within the region. And if you scroll down from there, you'll see the running order of the companies who are going to be involved in the broadcast next week. So we're running it from Tuesday to Thursday, 8th of April. And you'll see there we've already had questions from people who've left questions in advance for the employers. So if you want to do that right now, you can leave a question on the main event page. Or if you know the companies that you're interested in, you can go to their partner page. So I'm just going to choose Medax. So you can go to their partner page. You can watch a short tutorial, if there is one there, about using the site. And also then you can read up about Medax and what they do. You can also register to their page, so you could get any further updates on any vacancies that they may have on there. So if you register to them, they will be in touch and give you more information. And also you can follow them on Twitter. There's also links to their website as well as the Twitter handle there as well. Now the live chat here is set to private, which means nobody else's messages, as you can see, are displayed here. So there may have been a number of people contacting Medax, but you won't see their messages, and it will be a one-to-one conversation between you and that company. So if I was to type in there, it comes up as my username. Obviously I'm using test for the purposes of this demonstration, but your screen name will appear there along with your question. Now I'll just stress, nobody else sees that. Only the company will see that question. So it's not shared with any other users. So feel free to use this chat and they will respond to you as well in private. So even though you'll see their response on your screen, it doesn't appear on anybody else's screen other than yours. So basically it's a one-to-one conversation between you and the employer. So that's it for this short demonstration. Obviously, feel free to go looking at other partners. As I say, you can do that by visiting the actual site page itself for the event and search through the companies who are going to be on the 3-day event. You can go through there now and leave them questions. Or if you want to search for partners that work with the Jobs Live channel, you can also search for them on this partner search facility here, where you can search by company, by sector, or by region and category. And obviously you'll see there, you can search, most people would search by company, find the company they want to speak to and go straight to their page. So if I just search for that, you'll see there, I can then view the profile and again, as before, go and leave a question for that organization. And just finally, if you wanted to speak to a company here and for everybody to see your question, if you wanted to get in touch with them, it's a little bit like Twitter. You can simply do the @ symbol and then the list of the companies involved in this particular event will appear on here. And then you can just choose their name and then type in a message to them. Then you can choose your screen name and you can also put in your email address if you want them to give you a direct response to your question. So you can still contact them through the main event page by doing the @ symbol, and then they'll get in touch with you that way. Or if you want a private conversation with them, you can do that on their partner page itself. Thank you very much. Enjoy the event and look forward to your questions on the live chat. Thank you. So I've now been joined in the Jobs Live studio by Daniel Casimir from Talk Talk. Hello, Daniel.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, loud and clear.
Perfect. Okay. Well, listen, thanks so much for joining us this morning here on the Jobs Live channel. So you work for Talk Talk. Before we get into that, just tell us briefly what your role is there at Talk Talk.
So I'm the Chief People and Procurement Officer. So anything to do with people and buying stuff, that's what I get involved in.
Perfect. Okay, so you'll be well placed then to answer any questions we may have today around people wanting to work for you.
Very much so.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, probably people have heard of Talk Talk. I would imagine if they use you for broadband, but you're much more than that. Tell us a little bit about what Talk Talk is as an organisation.
So we're a business that's based in the Northwest. We're based in Salford, and we have a couple of thousand colleagues working for us. And we put internet into people's homes and businesses. We've got about 4.2 million customers around the UK. And yeah, we offer a television service as well. And it's been a pretty busy time for us during the pandemic.
I'm sure it has. You said that you're based in Salford, and some of the roles are they actually in Salford, but do you also recruit from across the Northwest as well?
Yeah, we have a number of jobs across the UK. We have our colleagues in Salford are drawn from across the Northwest, and then we've got some colleagues that sort of work elsewhere in the UK, engineering staff, etc., who are getting in fixing internet into people's houses. So yeah, we're looking generally across the UK, but very specifically in the Northwest. And
you must have seen a surge of interest in high-speed broadband, I'm sure, over the last 12 months as people have been working remotely.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time for our industry at the moment. One, as people have been working remotely, the demand has gone up significantly in terms of usage. So we've seen that go through the roof. And the other thing that's becoming available now is that we're gradually moving the UK off of the copper wiring that was put in place in the 1950s to modern fibre network. And the demand for customers to have faster lines coming into their houses, so the kids can play online and people can watch Netflix, and it's just demand is insatiable.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So let's drill down into the sort of roles that you're recruiting for right now. So the kind of roles, if I went on the Talk careers page, that I could apply into right away into that site. Daniel.
If you went onto the Talk site right now, you'd see that we're looking for, right now, I just checked before I came on, 57 roles, 57 vacancies, covering a wide range of functions: marketing, sales, finance, technology, commercial, procurement, customer service, all sorts of things. And as I say, we're based in the Northwest, and we're looking for people who want to come and work in a fun, dynamic industry. And we've actually got, as people start to move back to the offices, we've actually got a pretty cool campus based in Salford.
Brilliant. And as you just said there, Daniel, the vacancies are available on the Talk website, and the link to that will be on your page, but I'm sure one of your team will put the link up as well in the live chat as we're talking. And the people that you then take on board, it seems like you can take people from a whole range of different skill sets, different transferable skills. You must see people coming into work for you from all different walks of life. So they don't need to have take a technology background to work for you, do they?
No, we're looking for people who have got an aptitude that just want to get stuck in and make things happen. We're quite a fast, dynamic company, and we're looking for people who want to work in that type of environment. And, we're quite proud of our ability for people to join at quite junior levels and make their way up through the business. And we've got sort of many of the senior people started right at the bottom of the ladder and made their way up. And we're looking for more people to join at the bottom and to absolutely sort of, make their way up.
And I mean, do you see that happening? I mean, I don't know I don't know how long you've worked for TalkTalk, but Daniel, you must have seen people join at a junior level and quickly go up through the ranks with the right attitude and their skills.
Yeah, I mean, I myself have been with TalkTalk for a couple of years. We've made in that time sort of a number of sort of senior appointments, and a number of those appointments have been from people who've been in the business for quite a long time, who have sort of made their way up. So we invest quite a lot of money in training and development, and we're very committed to career ladders and letting people grow, and that's something that we take tremendous pride in.
Absolutely. And the kind of people, you sort of alluded to it a little bit there about having passion and attitude towards work. I mean, you see a lot of people who come into interviews, probably more virtual these days, but still, trying to come across as the type of person you want to employ. What is it about people that attracts you to them? What is it about them that you think, I want to take this person on?
I think for us, always looking for positive energy. So people who want to get stuck in and sort of make things happen. Yeah, it's been interesting. We've recently had some people start who are on the government's Kickstart program, and one of the things that we just absolutely love is the energy and enthusiasm that comes along. So we're looking for energy and enthusiasm. We're looking for people with creativity, so the ability to look at things and actually think, can we do these things differently? And that positive attitude, that winning mentality.
Yeah, and is it always full-time? Because there's a number of people online right now who are looking for part-time roles within your organisation. Do you have flexibility there?
Yeah, I mean, we pride ourselves on, prior to COVID, but even more so in COVID, we prided ourselves on being a sort of a flexible organisation that lets people work flexibly. And that, can be in in the hours that you work. You work on reduced hour basis, part-time basis. We're looking for talent. And whatever we need to do to adapt to get that talent in the door, we'll do.
Great. And I mean, today's all about obviously promoting the latest vacancies, Daniel, within TalkTalk and across the Northwest. But we also want to support people as well and getting them back into work. So as someone who's seen a fair share, I'm sure, of CVs and applications, what advice can you give anyone who's applying to make sure that their CV stands out and that you want to see them and take them to interview stage?
Yeah, look, so at the moment, as we come out of COVID, there are a lot of people who have been displaced from their work. So there's actually quite a lot of competition for roles. So we get all sorts of CVs coming through on spec. There's nothing worse than seeing a CV that's got sort of spelling mistakes all over it. So there's, I think one of the starting points is to make sure you get that spell checker out and use that before you send it. And then in terms of the sort of CVs, applications, you just make sure you keep it succinct and to the point. No one's really interested in reading sort of reams and reams and reams. If we want to do that, if we want to find out more, then we'll we'll look at that in an interview.
And I want to say, at the interview stage, I mean, you must be seeing a lot of people now online, through Zoom,
sure.
Teams. I mean, what's the difference, and what are you noticing people need to do on camera, maybe what they didn't necessarily have to do physically, or vice versa?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've all adjusted to it. So at the start of COVID, it was kind of weird doing interviews online the whole time. It was a little bit bizarre not having that human contact. But I think we've adjusted. I think because you are that step away, really sort of portraying yourself, speaking clearly, being clear about what you're looking for. Just anything you can do to increase your presence and give a real sense of who you are is it's really important, even more so than you would do sitting in front of somebody.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier to Charlie from McCann Health about why Charlie's company got involved with something like this. For you, Daniel, what's the difference between this and maybe a traditional jobs fair?
I my office is in Salford. We're in the middle of the Old Salt estate, and I drive to work and I'm thinking, oh my word, how many people from the sort of really sort of the local area have we actually sort of, got working here? And, I looked at the statistics and there just weren't enough. And, I want to have diversity in my organization. I want to have people from all walks of life, regardless of their experience, in terms of education, in terms of where they've come from. And what this does is it gives me really, really good access to the widest group of people who are out there. And I'm really, really, really excited. So as I said, we started with Kickstarter. That's generated some amazing people. And I'm really confident that this event is going to generate some even more amazing people. So I'm very, very, very excited.
Well, listen, thanks so much for your support of this event. I know Talk have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, helping promote it and making it work. So thanks so much from the team here for your support, Daniel, to get us to this stage. And long may the conversation continue, because we could do a lot more like this in the future as a channel to support job seekers and get people back into work. And as we said earlier, please keep using the live chat to get in touch with Daniel and the team at Talk. And, just to really reinforce that point, they're there to help. They are there to support you and get you back into employment. So I think it's really important you try and connect with them today, even if it's just asking for help and get you back into work. Because it's been a tough time, hasn't it, Daniel? Let's be honest, a tough time for a lot of people. So it will be a case of, keeping morale going, keeping your motivation going.
It's been a tough time. I'm optimistic that, as the restrictions disappear, the economy is going to bounce back. So I know it's been tough for people, but hopefully we're going to sort of, to see a swing in the right direction. And please, anybody who's out there that thinks Talk sounds interesting, especially if you're in the Northwest, click on us, come and talk to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Brilliant. Well, so it's been great to meet you here again on the Jobs Live channel. Thanks so much for your support, Daniel. We will catch up with you again over the next few days, I'm sure, to find out how it's going, to get some feedback, and as the questions come in, hopefully your team can get on them and answer them. Thanks so much, Daniel. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we've got a live interview now with Charlie Buckwell. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Stuart. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the Jobs Live channel here. As you know, today is all about the Northwest and the different opportunities that exist within the Northwest. You work for a fantastic organisation called McCann Health. Just tell us a little bit more about McCann, please.
McCann Health is a global network of health communication specialists. So quite a niche business we work in. We provide services to the healthcare industry, including pharmaceutical companies, a lot of which have been very much in the press recently. And the part of the business that I look after specifically provides education and scientific communication services. So we do employ a lot of people with scientific degrees and high degrees, but we also have a lot of other roles as well, which is what I'm excited to talk about here today. And we're fortunate that we've been in a sector which has actually been doing pretty well in recent times. Obviously, healthcare communication and how the science is understood and communicated has been very high profile, and we're involved in that part of business. So for us, the last year, whilst it's been tough generally, has actually been quite strong for us. So we've got opportunities and we're growing, which is one of the reasons we wanted to take part in this event as well.
Yeah, thank you for that as well, Charlie. Thanks for getting involved with this. And I know you and Talk are one of the key supporters of this event. So without you, this wouldn't be happening. So thanks again for your support for Northwest Works for You. The actual McCann Health then, it sounds like you've had a really interesting 12 months in what's been going on with the pandemic and probably more people needing to communicate medically. But as a person who's looking to work for you, what kind of exciting roles do you have available right now for people to apply into?
A very wide variety, actually, Stuart. So as I mentioned, we do employ a lot of people with scientific degrees and higher degrees for specific roles where that's required. But we also have a lot of roles, including early career opportunities, which are in other areas. And that might be, for example, digital work. We do a lot of websites, social media, educational campaigns online as well. And so there's digital roles, there's creative roles and design roles in our studio. Plus, we have roles in HR, IT, business admin roles. So quite a broad variety and at different levels as well. So, and we're really looking for a diverse group of people within those roles as well.
Yeah, and I know you probably already had a look at the chat, or certainly your team have, and you're seeing the wealth of talent that's out there, and for people to understand what you do. This has been really interesting, isn't it, to find out more about what you do, because for some people, especially in Cheshire, you're very local to them, aren't you? So there's a great opportunity to join you.
Yeah, exactly. We have offices actually around the UK and in the US and in Canada, but our historical home, where we still consider home, is really the Northwest. It's where the company was originally founded, that I lead. And so we have an office in Macclesfield as well as in central Manchester, and it's actually our biggest single hub. So, we're looking to continue growing our presence in the Northwest alongside areas outside the Northwest. But in particular, we've got a lot of opportunities, including those roles that I mentioned in the Northwest.
So if you could just break that down a little bit, what kind of people are you looking for? Because what we're seeing already on the live chat is people with a whole range of different experiences. But that's one thing, but it's more than that, isn't it? It's more than just the qualifications you've got. What else are you looking for in individuals that end up working for McCann Health?
It's a really important point. We are looking, clearly in some roles you need certain qualifications, but we are absolutely looking for people out with those qualifications that bring skills beyond that. In particular, you can call it recruiting for attitude, if you like. We're really looking for team players. We're looking for people who've developed life skills or have the potential to develop life skills that will make them a key part of our business. And being a team player is a part of that. And also someone who's optimistic, who can be on the front foot, be something of a self-starter, get on well with people both within the business and with our clients, and bring ideas. If you've got a creative flair or a sense of innovation, you want to do something different and try different things, those are the kind of people we're looking for. And another word we use a lot is about being authentic. So one of the things we advise people on when they're coming for roles or interviews with us is to really bring your true self. And really demonstrate what you could bring to the business. Ultimately, that's really important so that you're getting into the right business and that we know we're getting the right people as well. So those skills beyond qualifications are absolutely critical, Stuart.
No, absolutely, and I'm sure that will come across today as people start thinking, well, should I apply for you? I might not necessarily have exactly what you're looking for qualifications-wise, but they may have that attitude that you're looking for, and you can always train them, I'm sure, when you're in your organisation.
Yes, absolutely. We have a big emphasis on providing careers, not just jobs, and that includes people at all levels in the business, including our early careers program. And we're really looking to build those skills in people. There's a lot of support provided, and part of this initiative, part of the reason I think it's so exciting, is because the employers involved are committing to provide that mentoring, that coaching, that helps people build those skills. So whether or not you've got the right qualifications becomes less of a focus. It's about your potential to build those skills. And so yes, we have learning development programs, coaching, mentoring. We have what we call talent roundtables, where line managers get together to look at people across the business to find opportunities for people that would fit their potential and what they might bring. So yeah, we invest a lot of time and effort in developing people. And that idea of careers, not just jobs, is pivotal to the way we look at how we want to provide opportunities for people.
I mean, you clearly have worked for McCann Health for some time, and you've seen, you know the culture of the company. I mean, why would an individual work for McCann Health? What's the benefits of working for an organisation like yours, Charlie?
There's many. One is that it's an exciting environment to work in. It's fast-paced. We have different types of work going across the business, very heterogeneous client base, a mixed client base with different needs. We work with clients all around the world. So we've got people based in Macclesfield and in central Manchester they may be working with clients in the UK, but they might also be working with a client in the US or in Europe or in Asia Pacific or in Latin America. And that gives people a great deal of variety, a chance to try different things. And we're an ideas business. So our success is defined by helping our clients succeed by bringing different ideas to the table. And in that sense, people can be very creative. So there's a lot of opportunities to stretch yourself, to try different things, and to be your true self in bringing ideas to the table. A very strong commitment, and it's certainly something I personally believe is really important to our business, is if we're an ideas business, that means you've got to have different perspectives around the virtual table and around the business. And that means we need a very diverse set of people who come from different backgrounds and bring that different perspective to our business. So for people, I think there is certainly a commitment to career development. There is certainly a commitment to your personal development. And I think a very positive culture and working environment, and a very flexible working environment, especially given what we've experienced over the past year. So I think there's a lot of benefits to our kind of business. The other factor is that because we're part of a global network, for people who do want to move around, perhaps location-wise, it's always an option. And so we have that as well.
Great. Thank you so much for that, Charlie. And I think we're going to finish off by, clearly there's a lot of people online right now who are looking to work for organisations in the Northwest, but there's also people who just need support. I mean, we've all been there, haven't we, where we're looking for work. It is quite isolating and quite difficult. You feel disconnected sometimes what's going on. So for you as an employer, is there any hints or tips that you can give people who are applying for work to make sure their application is successful and to make them stand out, really?
I think it goes back to something that I commented earlier about being your true self. That's really important, because if you come to an interview or if you present yourself in a CV or how you're applying for a job as your true self, you'll just come across as more authentic. And I think employers can read that and feel that quite quickly. So that's really important. And it is a tough time for people, and staying optimistic, staying positive is challenging. But at the same time, it's really important that people try to do that. Be on the front foot, be optimistic about what you can bring to a business, about the opportunities that you want to go for. And again, employers will read that and sense that very quickly, in writing and in person on interview, whether it's face-to-face or virtual. So I'd definitely do that. I'd also try and bring tangible examples in your CV and in the interviews about things that you have done that you think you can be proud of, that can define you as a person. And in particular, what I said about being a team player, every employer is looking for that. So if you can demonstrate that you've done things that show that you're a team player, that you can be optimistic and positive about the future, that's going to ring very importantly to employers looking for people.
Yeah, and do you think also, that's a really good point actually, because for a lot of people they've been isolated, they've had to, they may have been furloughed, they may be waiting to go back into work, or this may be in a position where they can't do much because obviously furlough comes with those rules and regulations. Do you think employers may be asking people when they do return, what have you been getting up to during that 12 months or 6 months or whatever it was? What have you made in your garage, or what have you created online? Do you think those questions may be quite pertinent?
Absolutely, and we've all been in that position. I've been working at home since March last year, and trying to find things to do to keep yourself interested, physically active is really important. Things that you might just do in your local area, in your garden, anything that you might do to give yourself something slightly different to stand out, whether it's something you've done in your garage or whatever it is. Really important to show that you've got something else that you're interested in, out with purely applying for the job that you're going for. So yeah, definitely recommend that.
Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us on the Jobs Live channel this morning, Charlie. Great insights into what's going on there at McCann Health, as well as the incredible vacancies that you have within your sector. So thanks very much for joining us here to give us a live update, really. And I would encourage anybody who's online right now to visit the McCann Health partner page, where Charlie and his team are there waiting to answer any questions you may have about opportunities that exist within McCann. We're shortly going to be catching up with Daniel from Talk, where we're going to meet Daniel live. Again, another supporter of this event, who's going to tell you more about working at Talk and also about the opportunities that exist within the Northwest region. In the meantime, Charlie, Stay in touch. We'll hopefully see you again some point during the rest of this week with further updates. But it's been great to meet you again here on Jobs Live, and take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Stuart. And can I just close by saying a thank you to yourselves, to DWP, to David Rutley, Job Centre Plus, Northwest Local Enterprise, and also to Daniel and Talk team for getting involved, all the employers who are getting involved, and all the people taking part. I wish you absolutely all the best in finding those opportunities. Good luck.
Thanks very much, Charlie. We'll speak to you again soon. Take care. So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel.
We have a wide variety of roles available at McCann Health Medcoms.
So we've got a number of regional offices. We've got both construction and highways are based at Salford Quays.
Yeah, so I work on the highways sector of the business, and I'm an assistant HR business partner. So I look after all our highways contracts that we've got currently in the northwest of the Kia business, basically.
And we're going to speak to Amanda from Stockport Homes.
Get yourself a really good quality professional email address. It really is much more important than you think. Make sure that your person spec at the top absolutely matches the job that you're going for. The role profile that you've been asked to meet should absolutely come through in the person spec at the top, so that an employer very quickly can say, right, okay, you're ideal.
From Wigan through Lee, through Tyldesley, Atherton, literally you could be based anywhere across the borough when you come and work for the council.
From Cumbria, which is the almost most northerly point, is up towards Carlisle, right down to the southern point of Cheshire.
So much interaction on the chat, so many people getting in touch. So thank you for that, and thank you for those employers who are signposting people to various websites and giving them advice about applying for work.
We're currently recruiting for care workers. We actually have 30 current vacancies in this area at the moment. So that would be obviously community carers. But, there is opportunity to do other things, mainly going on to be a senior carer, or eventually coming in and working in the offices with me and the rest of our team within the office.
It's so exciting. There's a job for everybody, I do believe. We have people working obviously on site in trade positions, and then obviously back office staff, support staff, HR, recruitment, you name it, there's a job.
We are now looking for another 300 individuals to work as traffic management operatives. So that includes trainee opportunities and qualified operatives and foremen into the business. That's a shift paid role. But we also have then additional management opportunities for contracts managers and operations managers.
See you again soon here on the Jobs Live channel. Take care.
Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Vinny from the North West Ambulance Service. So Vinny, could you tell us a little bit more about what the service does?
So we are obviously a traditional emergency service as an ambulance service. So we do a variety of emergency work and urgent care work. So as you would imagine, it's attending things like traumatic injuries, medical problems under blue lights. That's what most people think we do, but we do a lot more than that as well, to be honest. We have the full infrastructure behind the emergency service, which allows us to be able to attend to patients in a timely fashion. So these range from all the background and backroom staff, supporting the vehicles, supporting the estates, and then the IT side of it. So we have a real wide range of functions within an emergency service to allow us to do that. And the other thing that we have is NHS 111, which we manage as well.
Amazing. That sounds incredible. So whereabouts are you guys based?
So the North West Ambulance Service cover a huge area. We are the biggest geographical ambulance service in the country. So we cover from Cumbria, which is the most northerly point, is up towards Carlisle, right down to the southern point of Cheshire, and everything in between, essentially. So that's all of Manchester, Liverpool. So we have a really big geographical footprint, which brings a lot of different challenges in the terms of you can be working in the middle of a city, such as Manchester, or much more rural areas in North Cumbria, for example.
Amazing. So quite widespread then.
Very much.
So what kind of roles are you recruiting for at the moment?
So obviously, with being such a big ambulance service, we're constantly recruiting a variety of roles. So we are always recruiting towards paramedics and emergency medical technicians, which is what most people would imagine. So there's always a process of recruiting for that. But like I say, in the background, we have apprenticeships in different areas. We have 3 control centres, so the people that take the 999 calls. And then, as I mentioned, we have 111, which they handle well over 1 million calls a year. So those are the frontline elements. And then there's the backline elements that any large business essentially would have, such as HR. We have a really good communications team that work closely with, obviously, the media. We have a big fleet support, because obviously you can imagine we've got around 1,000 vehicles that we need to maintain and keep on the road. So we do that all in-house. So really, we have a real wide variety of jobs and roles within the ambulance service that we're always recruiting into.
Brilliant. That sounds amazing. So what kind of people are you looking for to join your organisation?
So at the moment, we're really working on being as diverse and inclusive as an ambulance service as we possibly can, constantly making strides to do that. So we're looking for honest, hardworking people that are really passionate around wanting to serve the public and serve our patients, whether that's front facing or whether that's supporting the crews to be out there. Everything that we do is very patient focused. So whether you're working in IT, whatever you're doing is you should always have at the back of your mind that you're doing it for the patient at the end of that kind of that chain or that line. So yeah, people that are very respectful, that can show compassion and dignity to their fellow employees, and really the commitment to quality of care that they deliver as well is a really important factor for us.
Lovely, that's amazing. So why would those people want to come and work for you guys?
So as the North West Ambulance Service, we kind of strive to be a great place to work. I've worked within this ambulance service since its conception, really, when we amalgamated, and I've been a paramedic for a number of years now. And for me, it is a great place to work in the sense that there's a really good community within the ambulance service, and more nationally as well. If you're working on the front line as a paramedic or as a technician, there's a lot of national groups, and there's that camaraderie that's there. So and to be able to help a patient, whether that's face to face or even if you're just maintaining vehicles, for example, you know that you're doing it for a really good cause. And certainly within the last 12 months, we've really seen how that's really pulled together. And we are thankfully held in quite high esteem by the public. And that's a really good feeling. So it's not always about your wage package at the end of the month. It's often about that feeling of doing the right thing and doing a good thing. That helps you sleep at night better than having a full bank balance, in my eyes, I think.
Absolutely. So for those people that are wanting that feeling, have you got any hints or tips for them about applying?
So if you're looking towards joining the ambulance service, I guess the best thing is research. Look at the job that you're applying for. Have a look at the job spec. See what it is and see what skills you can bring into the ambulance service and towards that job. Look at what the role entails and maybe where it'll develop as well. Really think outside the box. You need to come into an interview and an application process so you stand out from other people. So if you've done plenty of research into the job that you're applying for and show and demonstrate that you have passion for it and that you don't just want to fulfill that role, but actually you maybe want to drive it forward, whether it's a profession or not, that you want to drive that role forward and make it a better environment to work in and make it more efficient. I think those are the kind of things that really shine in an interview and in an application process. The basic things you should always be considering around having somebody proofread your application, get somebody to read through it and give you some ideas. And if you've got any contacts of people doing a similar or the same role, have a chat. People are always happy to help and have a discussion to kind of give you a little bit of advice, and you can take that all on board and bring it to your application.
Amazing. That's some great advice there. So thank you so much for that, Vinny. But unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. So before I just hand it back over to Stu in the studio, I just want to thank you so much for your time. And also, hopefully, we'll see you again on the Jobs Live channel very soon. But now it's just back over to Stuart in the studio.
So good morning and welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. Glad you could join us today. This is Monday the 12th of April and I hope already today you found connections with local organisations within the region talking to more about those vacancies. And don't forget to use the live chat to get in touch with any of them today and onwards here on the Jobs Live channel. So today we're also going to feature various jobs that are currently live and we're now going to meet up with Brian from the Cabinet Office. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us here on the Jobs Live channel. I know you've got a number of vacancies that you currently have within the civil service, including across the Northwest region as well. But can you just tell us a little bit about your role there within the Cabinet Office, please?
Right, so I am the product manager of the Civil Service Careers website. So basically, just in a nutshell, the Civil Service Careers website is the attraction and marketing portal for careers. So in effect, it's like taking all the careers advice and putting it into one neat package for people to find out about departments, professions, and different ways that they can actually join the civil service. So that was launched on 2018 in July. So it's been going for about two and a half years now. And basically it covers the whole spectrum of careers and obviously that hands off to jobs within the civil service.
Fantastic. And we're just going to bring it up on screen if we may, so people can easily find this website. It's civilservicecareers.gov.uk. I guess if you Google civil service careers, this is the first thing you'll see.
Well, not really, because actually my sibling teams or colleagues have got there before me. So civil service jobs has been running for the past 10 years. So that comes up as the first result when you Google civil service. Second result is civilservice.gov, which is basically the front page of the civil service on gov.uk. By the time you get to about the third result, you get to this. It'll be homepage civil service careers.
Perfect. So we'll just read it out again. That's civilservicecareers.gov.uk. And I'm sure you won't mind popping on the live chat later to leave a link directly to that if I could ask you to do that, and we'll obviously do the same throughout the day as well. So what can we expect on this website? Because I know you've been heavily involved, as you said earlier before we came on. This is your baby, isn't it, Brian? So tell us a little bit what people can expect on this website.
Well, there are three key things I was going to direct people to. The first front and centre thing you can see at the top there is that lovely red button that says Try Our Career Matcher. This is the newest innovation. So what that is a very short quiz of only 3 questions where we're trying to ascertain people's motivations. So that first question, if you push any of those buttons and scroll to the bottom, it will lead you to the next question. So just scroll down to the bottom.
Yeah, doing that now.
When you pass through that motivation question, you will be going on to a question about what do you actually enjoy. So that again, you see, we're trying to sort of focused on the user to see what they're into, what gets them going. And then the final question will be, what kind of careers are you interested in? So it's a bit more of a basic question, but as soon as you answer any one of those and scroll to the bottom, it will present you with another button that takes you to your free professions matches. So those 3 boxes link to professions pages, which are showcased on the Civil Service Careers website itself. So if you push any one of those buttons,
I'm going to go for communications, Brian. That seems to be more up my street. So I'm going to try that. That was a good guess, wasn't it?
Yep.
There you go.
Perfect. And as you can see, lovely full colour communications page. If we had time, you'd digest all of that information and maybe go through some hyperlinks. But what we're going to do, we're going to fast forward all the way down to the bottom of the page. And as you get to the bottom, there'll be a tile that says gov.uk, and that tile actually says vacancies. So if you hit that, I know that there's a tile that says gov.uk, the black tile.
This one here, yeah, government communications, professional job vacancies. So I'm going to look at the latest vacancies now in the area I've chosen.
So what I've actually done there is already pre-filter vacancies for that kind of profession from civil service jobs. So there you go. It's almost like on a plate. It's like a butler bringing you the vacancies for today. You don't have to look.
That's really good. And I guess then if you wanted to edit that search, maybe go for a different region. In fact, this is probably a good place to talk about this website too, because people can actually sign up and create an account, can't they, for this particular website for future reference?
Yeah, exactly. And the important thing about signing up to create an account is because you can actually create job alerts after you've signed up. So the reason that's really important for everybody to know is because you may be looking on one particular day and not see the kind of vacancy you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sign up for the job alerts, as soon as a new vacancy comes on at future points in time, the system will email you. So you don't have to keep logging in and out. It does it all on your behalf. So it makes it so much easier than having to just wade through lists and lists. So that's a big thing I've been pushing, is the use of the sign-up potential and actually creating a job alert after you've signed up.
Fantastic. Well, I'm just going to nip back to the site we started on, and if we go back to the home page, and if we go below the current Try Our Career Matcher, there's also a video there, isn't there, about the civil service. So is that useful for people to watch as well?
Right, so that's a video more aimed at younger people, just to give an idea of how the civil service is transforming into the 21st century. I mean, that's almost like a kind of showcasing video.
Yes.
If you scroll down a little bit, there's a department bit you can see, and as you scroll a bit further down, it'll say, learn about our professions as well.
Yes.
So you see the professions.
Yes.
But if you go just a little bit past that, just a little bit more, then here's the next innovation. So this is really important for your viewers to see. The location map was launched in 2020.
Yeah.
So what it actually does is, as long as your laptop is enabled, because really it's a smartphone, I've actually done this, when you push that big blue button, it will focus a radius of 50 miles around where you are to show you live vacancies.
Yeah.
May not always work on a laptop unless you've enabled geolocation on your laptop.
Let's give it a go anyway. So let's see what it says.
Give it a go.
It's actually asking me anyway, he wants to know my location, so I'm going to allow that. And then,
allow that.
There you go. It has found me.
Right. Now, what happens is, those little tags, if you tap a tag, it will give you the name of a government department. And then, when you tap that department, the next thing you'll notice, it will take you to the department page on the careers website.
Yeah.
And this is slightly different, because as you scroll down, you digest all the material, you learn all the stuff about that department. When you get right to the bottom, you will see that there is a green button. Right, you have to go literally right down to the base
jobs
site.
near you.
See that green button?
Yeah.
Yeah, so hit the jobs near you. So these are vacancies for that department in 50 miles around your radius right now.
Great.
There you go. Again, that's another big thing. I'm very proud of this one, because we did it.
Just to be clear, then that's jobs within that particular department that we've selected from the map. So this is purely HM Land Registers, it turns out. But if I'd have picked one of the other tags on the screen, another map showing another department, it would have given me vacancies in that department. So it's department vacancies rather than the whole vacancy position. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you can see I'm almost trying to sort of give people different types of job search capability. So it's either the career matcher helps you to see your transferable skills and how they work for civil service.
Yeah.
The location map is more about what are the vacancies near you physically for particular departments. So they're the two most recent innovations.
Fantastic. I'm just going to go back to the main site again and return to where we
Okay,
started.
I've got
the whole
I've got my
page.
triple threat now. This is the third one.
So if I go beneath the map where it says,
no, we're going to go slightly different this time. If you go all the way to the top, there's a menu bar. If you go right to the top, on the menu bar to the right, it says ways to join.
Ways to join. Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to click on that now.
Yep. Now, as you scroll down, first thing on the list on the left will be civil service apprenticeships. So if you scroll down,
there it is, civil service apprenticeships.
Those apprenticeships. Right, this is brand new. So the apprenticeships page was built in February 2021. And basically, it's the showcase page for all apprenticeships which are being advertised in civil service jobs. So as you scroll down again the page, and you assume we have the luxury of time that we can read and learn about all these different things. So you keep scrolling, you can see some information about people's experience. There's stuff from Chief Operating Officer himself, but there is a button, Find a Civil Service Apprenticeship.
I click on that.
Yep.
Just loading now, and it's giving me 25 jobs. And I
Well,
guess
these
that's
are apprenticeships.
Yeah, they're apprenticeship vacancies within different departments across the country.
Yes, correct. But the other thing, when you go back to the main page of civil service apprenticeships, I do highlight in there again about the use of the creating an account and doing the job alert. So if you scroll up a little bit, just scroll up a little bit. It's actually a bit on the right. So you go past that black box. So keep going up.
Yeah.
Oh, there. So
Yeah.
yep.
You
So
can
that's
sign up.
paragraph.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
really
because
key,
one of
isn't
the
it?
key-
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the key things with apprenticeships is, unlike jobs, there are less apprenticeships. But in terms of how they're going to come on month after month, it's really key for anyone who's interested in apprenticeships to do that sign up, because there'll be a lot more apprenticeships coming in May and June. Yeah, so that's something that's really important.
Okay, perfect. So the apprenticeship vacancies are going to be, there's a few now as we've seen, but there's going to be plenty more coming up.
There's so many.
Yeah.
So many.
Okay, well, we'll get you back on nearer the time to that so people can find out more. But that was really good. That was really useful. Thank you, Brian. We're going to chat to you now directly about what people can do and really what kind of people you're looking for, if we may. So we thank you for sharing the websites with us, and they're really useful. And we will obviously send some links out via the live chat for people to get hold of that information. But what kind of people are you looking for to join the civil service, do you think? What sort of personality traits or soft skills do you think makes a success within the civil service for an individual?
Well, this is quite an interesting thing, because obviously there's a lot of myths and stereotypes around the civil service that, what we're trying to do is actually debunk those myths and overcome those stereotypes. So the key thing is, in a nutshell, we're looking for everybody. The civil service should be actively representing the people that it serves. Therefore, if you think about it logically, people who could be people who've got some kind of education, university education, which is normally a stereotype when you think of fast-stream graduate kind of things, they're the people who are already applying. However, we also need people who've got real-life skills. So one of the key things that happened in the last couple of years, we piloted a returnship program for people who may have had more experience in the workplace, had been out of the workplace because of domestic commitments. And then we're trying to welcome those people back because of the wealth of experience they bring, not just from their work experience, but from their life experience. So that's just one slightly different angle away from just pure work experience. However, we've still got a veterans program running at the moment, so people coming out of military service. Again, so the transferable skills aspect has been ex-military and then coming into public service is a key thing. And obviously we do the same kind of thing with people who may have worked with police services or enforcement services, because the Home Office Border Force got a very strong enforcement unit. But the most important thing I want everybody to know is, even if you feel that you may have just worked in retail and you don't think, well, working in retail has got any link at all to the civil service. The myth I'm trying to debunk there is the fact that in the civil service, the biggest profession we have is operational delivery profession. So operational delivery profession is, in effect, almost a customer-facing, front-facing body of people who make up the majority of civil servants. So the key departments where there's the biggest amount of people who work in operational delivery profession would be Department for Work and Pensions themselves, because they're customer-facing. HMRC is another massive department for this. So even for people who would have never thought that they had the skills or experience to work for the civil service, probably have. But this is the reason why the career matcher is such an important innovation, because it's helping people to translate their normal day-to-day work experience into what the civil service needs, which is people who can serve customers, need to be able to keep information safe, need to be able to manage projects. So project management cuts across pretty much every different type of sector. People who are able to manage resources. So even things like property. So property profession, massive profession for the civil service. And I've spoken to people who work in a state agency in the private sector who never realise that they've got fantastic skills and experience to go pretty much directly into property profession jobs. So you can see we're covering everything. Literally. We want all types of people, all ages, all backgrounds.
Thanks, Brian. And it feels to me as well that people may dismiss the civil service, again, maybe from that perception thing, and don't see themselves as fitting. But what you've just explained there is that people in many professions bring transferable skills into civil service. They probably don't realise it. But we had a chap on from the Cabinet Office a couple of months ago, and it isn't quite as it's depicted in those old black and white films still, with bowler hats and brollies, is it? It's moved on a lot from then.
Exactly. Although I must admit, I've actually been in Westminster, and I've actually seen some people who do look like they came from a 1950s film with a bowler hat and brollies, funny enough. So they're still there. They're very small pocket. But the majority of civil servants are literally just the range of people who look like normal society today. So that's one of the reasons why, with the video content I've put on the careers website, you'll notice when you watch some of those videos, it covers a range of people, sort of millennials who have got multicoloured hair, older people who've actually finished in one type of sector and only started working for the civil service from the age of 50. So that's a key thing. So we're not discriminating on age. The other thing as well is, even from the point of view of scientific community, the range of different types of scientists that we have in the civil service is groundbreaking. And it's funny because I was actually speaking to some people from Defence Science Technology Laboratory at the Ministry of Defence who had worked around the Novichok poisoning in Salisbury Plain a couple of years ago. And it was quite exciting because some of those people were on the BBC on the actual news broadcast talking about that scientific investigation of this kind of espionage spy level poisoning thing. So the idea that you could do a careers workshop that starts talking like it's James Bond, really exciting things. I think a lot of people don't realise how much you can get involved in, which is something that's really exciting in the civil service, actually. And you don't have to have come in at the top end. You can come in entry level, as I said, with the apprenticeships kind of thing. And you could join Defence Science Technology Laboratory as an apprentice. They've got loads of apprenticeships in the Southwest. But the key thing I'm trying to show people is the opportunities are vast, range of jobs are vast, and obviously we are covering all regions of the UK, and we also have vacancies which are abroad. Because a lot of people forget the Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office, so the civil service isn't just in the island that we're in, it goes beyond.
No, absolutely. And once you do start your career within the civil service, you could quite literally end up anywhere, couldn't you, as your career progresses? So there's plenty of opportunities to progress your career within, even when you start as an apprentice.
Well, I mean, even for me, so just my story. I started as work coach, frontline, Bristol Job Centre Plus, Eastern Job Centre Plus, and I was literally person basically on the front of the front of the job centre, asking people what have they been doing to look for work for 2 weeks, and then the ability to sign, so they could get their job seekers allowance. So that's where I started off with my 24-year civil service career. So actually, in terms of support for career development and actually, sort of the learning part of working as a civil servant is excellent. So I've been able to get qualifications in digital. I've got qualifications in HR. So I'm an associate member of Chartered Institute of Personal Development. Obviously, I'm doing work like making the careers website, which we can see today. But if you had interviewed me 24 years ago, I would never have believed I would have gone from just being on the front of a job centre to working in Whitehall and doing all this work with careers that covers the whole of the civil service. So it can be done by anyone.
Good stuff. And you just talked there about career progression. The benefits of working in the civil service, can we just touch on them, Brian? Because you've clearly said you've been there 24 years. Something's keeping you in there, some form of benefits. What's the biggest things about working in the civil service from someone who's looking maybe for security and other things that attracts people to employers these days?
Well, okay, I mean, in terms of what we've got as a package, there are key things. Fantastic flexible working offer. I'll be honest, I champion flexible working a lot myself. So the key thing I would always say to people is, in terms of being able to work maybe not a full-time week, so maybe work a compressed hour week, or even do a job share to show someone else to split up that week so you can fulfill work-life balance. The civil service is a leader in that kind of adaptation work pattern. That's the first thing. So anyone with caring requirements for caring for older relatives, caring for children, or even caring for themselves, even from a reasonable adjustment for people with disabilities perspective, the flexible work package is brilliant in the civil service. Second thing, staff development is again excellent. I can't praise this enough, because in terms of what you can gain as a member of staff to develop yourself and develop your own education, it's a beautifully structured setup. And funnily enough, the staff development program has actually been revamped and refreshed. So we've got a new government skills curriculum units program, which launched at the end of 2020. And actually supports all members of staff to become more professional in their role. When I say more professional, that's professional with licenses as well. So it's not just in-house training, it's accredited training with proper colleges and universities. And obviously there's some soft skill training. But the key thing is, the civil service will really support you as a member of staff to develop yourself. And as you develop yourself, obviously you can use that to be able to apply for roles to do your staff promotion progression.
Yeah.
So that's the second thing, the development part. Got to mention the pension. I'll be honest, historically, there was always the thing about civil servants having great pensions. So we do have a very good pension. So that's there. And the last thing I've got to say, which is a really important thing, which is societal impact. So the greatest thing with the civil service is you can contribute to things which make a massive difference in the UK. And if you think about what we've had with COVID-19, so I worked with loads of colleagues who have helped with the response to COVID-19 in the last year. Obviously, before that, there were the colleagues working on Brexit. So again, that was the big ticket thing. Climate change is another thing. So I've got loads of colleagues working on the climate change agenda. But in terms of even just national security stuff, so again, sounds a bit James Bond, but there is a way for you to really make an impact on things that make a difference to all of us. And there's not many organisations that you can work in that do that, really. So, yeah. So they're my four big things.
They are massive as well. And I think you say making a difference for a lot of people is what they want to do. So it sounds very satisfying in the work you're doing, Brian. And finally, for people who are looking to apply, maybe they've heard something today, they go, I'm going to take this, another look at this, especially the website we featured. You've obviously seen your fair share of people applying into the service. Any hints or tips for people applying to make sure they're as successful as possible? What would you say to them today?
Well, there's only one thing I've got to say, and we're going to have to go back to the website, because the big innovation at the beginning of 2020, before those other things I've said, if you go on that menu bar at the top, right on the right-hand side, it says how to apply.
Yeah, we're going to click on that now.
Right, so what we've done, to answer the question that everybody does ask, is put some of those hints and tips into a nice, neat package page. So as you scroll down, it will explain to you 4 steps of being able to apply for a role. There's like finding the role, the application process. There's something around the assessment of applications.
Sifting and shortlisting.
And then all that business. Yeah. So on the right side, there's some handy links as well towards being able to write your personal statement. A really important one on that right side is about psychometric testing. So if you just scroll up a little bit, just scroll up just a little up. So those hyperlinks on the right where it says useful to know.
Yeah.
There should be stuff around there about.
Yeah, I got it. That's okay. Good to know. Okay. Yeah. Success profile videos, civil service online tests, and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So the civil service online test bit is a really rich page where you can actually practice doing online tests before you even take a real online test. So I'd always recommend people definitely look at that, because it's one of the hardest things to get your head around. That's why that hyperlink's in there, and obviously the ability to prepare for interviews is really important. Yeah. But yeah, so I hope that page actually answers pretty much most people's questions around how do I get my head around the application process itself, because it is quite a rigorous application process, as you'd expect. But we are trying to give as much support as possible. The success profile link, if you scroll up a little bit, there should be a link to a video on the right.
Yeah, there is there. Yeah, success profiles video. Yeah.
Right, that's a 7-minute video that takes you through the whole sequence of civil service success profile process.
I'll just pause that there, but that takes you to YouTube, and it's information for candidates applying to work in the civil service. So that's really valuable video, isn't it? People can watch.
Yep.
And what we'll do is we'll post that video as well on the Jobs Live channel, so people can find it on the channel as well, because that could be where their journey could start, couldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And we use success profiles for all applications for the whole of the civil service.
Brilliant.
So yeah,
fantastic. Well, listen, this has been more than helpful, because not only have you given us your insight into working in the civil service, Brian, but you've also given us some really useful resources today on where people can find not just the jobs, but how to apply into them. And I mean, for a lot of people as well, this year has been challenging, hasn't it, to say the least? I mean, how have you had to adapt? Just finally, how have you had to adapt to that time when it comes to working practices and maybe remote working? Has that affected you as well?
Well, it's a difficult one, because I work in a digital team. I've been working on a multitude of digital communication platforms for the past 7 years. So ironically, working from home for me is quite bread and butter. And then working with things like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meets, WhatsApps, it's always been something that I do as a member of a bigger digital team anyway. And it's the thing that I promote for other people to do. So the biggest thing for me is getting other people to be more comfortable in using it, who are not digital people. So that was the biggest change for me in the last year. So I've done loads of workshop activities to help people who may not be comfortable, doing lots of Zoom meetings, and then also I'm giving advice on how to do things which are not just Zoom meetings. So one of the key things that we've come up with was to have just phone-only walk out of the house exercise meetings. So you don't have to always be digital on a screen. You can actually just do an old-fashioned phone call and just talk to your mate on the phone while walking down the shops, which doesn't sound very digital, but at least it sort of gives people a breathing space.
No, that's fine. So yeah, I think we've said before on the channel, people just got to stay positive and really keep at it, because the vacancies are there clearly, and it sounds like you're going to have a lot more coming up as well over the coming months. So it'd be good to get you and your team back on at some point to talk more about those, if I can trouble you to do that.
Oh yeah, perfect. I'd love to.
Thank you very much, Brian. Thanks for your time this morning here on the Jobs Live channel. Coming up shortly, we're going to be meeting up with Pathways CIC, another great organisation taking on people within the Northwest region. In the meantime, thanks so much for your time, Brian. Take care, and
thank you.
Good luck as well with the rest of your, what sounds like a very interesting career within the civil service. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Julie Ferns from Vistry. So Julie, could you tell us a little bit more about what your company does?
Hi, good morning. Yes, Vistry Partnerships are a division of Bovis Homes. We actually specialise in building places for people to live. So houses, bungalows, care facilities, extra care facilities and apartments. We also build under the banner of Bovis Homes and Linden Homes, both of which are our private house building sector. We were, until last year, under the banner of Galliford Try.
Perfect, that's brilliant. So whereabouts are you guys based?
I'm actually based in Warrington in Birchwood, but I work for the Northwest Business Unit. So my area is from the Lake District to Stoke-on-Trent, predominantly working in Manchester, Merseyside and Cheshire.
Perfect, that's lovely. So what roles are you guys recruiting for at present?
At present, I'm going to be recruiting for some apprentices and some site staff. So shortly, I'll be advertising for an apprentice site manager in the Merseyside region and apprentice community engagement coordinator to assist me in Manchester. Both positions will have good career prospects with the ability to progress within a few years if they work hard and achieve their goals. We are always recruiting for site cleaners, labourers, site managers, but that is as and when we have new sites starting within the various areas.
Perfect. Well, that sounds like a nice variety of things that are available there. So what kind of people are you looking for to fill those roles?
Well, as a company, we're looking for dynamic people who stand out from the crowd, people who are self-driven and can work on their own initiative and who will actually add value to our company and deliver our ethos. They will need to be adaptable and team players and have an interest in the construction industry and the built environment. They must be willing to undertake and complete any training that is offered to them and complete the courses as required.
Perfect. That sounds lovely and such good assets to have as part of your company when recruiting. So why would someone want to come and work for you guys?
They would want to come and work for us because we are a new dynamic company. We've actually been as partnerships company for the last 5 years, but as part of Bovis, which is the Vistry Partnerships, we've only been going just over a year. We have a strong build ethos. We like to build in communities and we like to do a lot of community work within those communities.
Perfect. So that sounds amazing, the fact that you have that community base. So that's perfect. So what hints and tips would you be able to give to us or to anyone that's wanting to apply today?
My main tip is to research the company. Do a Google or internet search and make notes and bullet points so you have something to refer to. Look at their ethos and adapt your answers to include these. So if you've been asked about weaknesses when you're being interviewed, try to turn your answer around. So for example, I could answer, if I was asked what my weakness is, I could say, well, I feel that at present my weakness is that I don't drive. However, once I secure employment, I'm looking into doing driving lessons to enhance my career prospects. So if you have a negative, try to turn it into a positive. The other thing is, if you completed a Duke of Edinburgh or something similar, or doing charity work or any unpaid voluntary work, Always add this to your CV, because this will show your employer that you are dedicated, you are looking for work, and you're willing to work, and you have a strong work ethos.
Perfect. There's some incredible hints and tips there, so thank you so much for sharing them. But unfortunately, that's all from yourself today. But I hope that we get to see you guys again back on the Jobs Live channel. However, for now, it is now back to Stuart in the studio. Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Helen Bilton, who is the head of HR at Star Care. So hi, Helen, how are you?
Hi, Jen. I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Yes, I'm very good, thank you. I'm glad to hear you are as well. So could you tell us a little bit more about Star Care and what you guys do as a company?
Absolutely. So we're a home care provider specialising in helping people live independently in their own home, and the support workers work out in the community to look after our wonderful clients. We are one of the largest independent care providers in the Cheshire and Merseyside footprint area.
Perfect, that's amazing. So could you tell us whereabouts you guys are based?
So we've got 3 offices, one in Merseyside, one in Chester and Ellesmere Port areas, and one in the Winsford and Northwich location. And as I say, we are a large organisation. We provide over 7,000 hours of care each week in the Merseyside and Cheshire footprint areas.
Perfect. So what kind of roles are you guys recruiting for at the moment?
So we're really, really fortunate as a company because we've gone through a period of growth, which I think is music to everyone's ears during these very, challenging times. We have a number of support worker positions in each of the 3 locations. The role is to support our wonderful clients live as independently as possible in their own homes, and the support worker will be supporting the clients as detailed in the individual's care plan.
Perfect. So obviously with that role you need a certain kind of person for that. So what is that kind of person that you're looking for to join the organisation?
Okay, so we're looking for individuals that share the same values and principles as we do here in Star Care, that wish to provide the highest level quality of care to our clients, who have a passion for care and show acts of kindness and empathy towards individuals. It's such a rewarding role, and all our care staff forge great relationships with our clients.
Perfect. So why would someone want to work for the company Star Care?
So we are a family-friendly organisation, and we do really care about our staff, on the front line who are supporting our clients. We look after our, staff the same way as our staff look after our clients. We have a very robust training infrastructure here at Star Care. We have 2 pathways. One is a mandatory pathway that all carers have to undertake. And our second pathway is an apprenticeship. If an individual wants to further their career in health and social care, there's great opportunities for individuals to do so. This is fully paid for by the company, and there's lots and lots of support available to help individuals achieve that. We do have plenty of opportunities for individuals to grow. We do have a number of individuals who have come up through the grassroots of the organisation. So as I say, there's plenty of scope for individuals if they want to progress their careers here in Star Care. We have excellent pay rates, and we also have competitive mileage rates for individuals working out in the community. And for Works For You initiative, we have a golden hello payment for each individual who's taken on through this scheme of £100. We also have invested heavily on COVID. It's very close to our hearts at the moment. It's been a very big agenda here in Star Care, and we ensure that all our care staff have available access to get a vaccine.
Perfect. That sounds amazing, and some brilliant qualities that you offer there as well as the company. So do you have any hints or tips for anyone who might want to apply today?
So really important for us at StarCare is about being yourself and being authentic and keeping it real. We are looking for individuals who are passionate about care and also about giving back to, you know, our clients as a community and to want to make a real difference, you know, to individuals' lives.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Helen, for your time today, and thank you so much for that advice as well. I'm sure a lot of people will be taking that on. However, for now, unfortunately, it is the end of our one-to-one today, but hopefully we'll see you guys very soon again on the Jobs Live channel.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome anyway, so it's not a problem. However, but for now, it's back to Stu in the studio. So today I have been joined by Robin, who is from Network Rail. So hi Robin, how are you?
Hello, I'm very good, thank you. I hope everyone at home joining us today is too.
Perfect, so do we as well. So Robin, could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, of course. So Network Rail are an infrastructure maintenance company. So we look after all of the 20,000 miles of track, overhead line, and then over 40,000 other structures connecting to the railway. We also look after all of the big managed stations across the country, like London's King's Cross St Pancras, Manchester Piccadilly, London Euston, London Liverpool Street, and Birmingham New Street. So I'm sure all of you will be well aware of those stations. We also create the timetable for our train operating companies and freight operating companies.
Perfect, that sounds amazing. So where exactly is it Network Rail based?
So we are based all across the UK. So that could be in our large cities like Birmingham, Manchester, London, Milton Keynes, Stafford, Crewe, all the way down to smaller offices in Leighton Buzzard or Bletchley, and all of the other places that we've got across the Northwest.
Perfect, that sounds great. So what roles are you guys recruiting for?
Essentially across the railway, with over 40,000 job titles, we recruit for all roles. So obviously we do recruit for a great deal of engineers, and that could cover anything from track engineering to signals, telecoms, geotechnics. We also recruit ecologists, project managers, people with analytical and data skills, administration skills, communication skills, HR, finance. Essentially, any type of job within the UK we do have here at Network Rail. So please don't think just because you've never worked on the railway before that a job with us may not be right.
That's amazing, such a variety. So with those varieties, what kind of people are you looking for to join Network Rail as a whole?
That is a really interesting question. So at Network Rail, we do not look for just one person. In fact, one of our values is all about valuing diversity, because different people from different backgrounds and different skill sets lead to innovation, which just means that we can improve the railway for our passengers and our customers. So as long as you value people and can act safely and have an awareness that your actions can affect lives, we are looking for you.
Perfect, that sounds amazing. So why would someone want to work for Network Rail?
I'm very biased, I know, but we are now one of the top 50 Glassdoor employers as voted for by your employees. And I think a big part of that is during COVID, Network Rail have supported us. We haven't had anybody on furlough. We've now moved to complete flexible working. Many of us have had to juggle becoming carers or homeschooling, trying to look after children, being a parent or during COVID. And we've just completely amended our approach to that. So you choose and pick your hours. Our values are called care, and one of those is how about we empower people to make their own decisions. We've got a huge training budget which has been ring-fenced so that we can invest in our employees. Career development is second to none. In fact, many people started at Network Rail as administrators, and now some of them lead departments. So it's just kind of, I suppose, the whole package, and it's the people more than anything. We really do support and care for each other, and it's a great place to work. Kind of in normal times when we're in the offices, we all meet for coffees, jokes, laughter. It's just a place that you kind of, once you join, you just don't want to leave. So I hope that many of you will listen to this and think about joining the railway, because you won't regret it.
Amazing, thank you for that. And then finally, have you got any hints or tips for those that might apply?
I would say tailor your CV to your achievements. Don't just list everything that you've done as part of your jobs, because that doesn't read the best. Talk about achievements. So, for example, in my job as a resourcing professional, I would talk about how I've increased the diversity of applicants. For project managers, you'd want to talk about projects that you've completed on time and with what benefits. So show what you can do rather than what you have done, and that'll make all the difference.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that advice there, Robin. And it's been lovely speaking to you today. Unfortunately, that's all. But thank you again so much for your time. And for now, it's back to Stu in the studio. Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Jeanette, who works at Pathways. So Jeanette, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the company you work for?
Certainly. So I'm the operations manager at Pathways Community Interest Company, and we hold a contract with NHS England, providing primary care networks to GP practices in the Cheshire area for social prescribing interventions. The contract is called Alternative Solutions, and we have link workers that give people time to focus on what matters to me, and taking part of a holistic approach to people's health and well-being, and they connect people to the community groups and statutory services for practical and emotional support. Pathways is a very forward-thinking and innovative social enterprise, and in May 2020 we were listed as one of the top 100 social enterprises within the UK. We're a very values-driven organisation, and we strive to be a visionary to finding solutions and readdress health inequalities. Many of our services have evolved from prototypes to mainstream provisions that now support thousands of people across Cheshire, aligning the health, work and well-being with a focus on enabling people to live happier and healthier lives.
Perfect, that sounds amazing. So whereabouts is Pathways based?
We're based across Cheshire, and the primary care networks that we cover are Crewe, Nantwich and Rural, Winsford, Chaw, which is shortened for Chelford, Handforth, Alderley Edge, Winslow, and then we have Northwich and Smash, which is Sandbach, Middlewich, Alsager, Scholar Green and Haslington.
Perfect, so a nice variety of places there. So what roles are you recruiting for at the moment?
We've got a variety of opportunities that we're recruiting for. There's two different types of social prescribing link workers. So we have a generalist and a mental health. And the generalist really looks at the patient's healthcare and overall well-being, linking in with various organisations to help with one or more long-term conditions, potentially lonely or isolation, or who have complex social needs that's affecting their well-being. The mental health link workers, these are people that are trained counsellors, therapists, or practitioners, and they will have an active role in the patient's healthcare and overall well-being, and engage patients in particular in their mental health needs and through holistic interventions, etc. We also have care coordinators role, which is a new role for Pathways, and these individuals provide extra time, capacity and expertise to support patients that are preparing or following clinical conversations, and really giving that time back to the GP so they can work with different patients with their time.
Perfect, that sounds amazing. So for those types of roles, what kind of people are you looking for to join your organisation?
Pathways, we're really recruiting creative, adaptable individuals with a positive attitude and enthusiasm, and are prepared to work hard as part of the local primary care teams. It's a growing team, and so there's a number of new opportunities. All of the placements that we have within the doctor's surgeries, they also adhere to the COVID-19 safety working practices, and the positions can be flexible, so it's full-time, part-time, and there is that adaptability to the roles.
Perfect, that sounds lovely. So why would someone want to have a look at working for Pathways?
It's fair to say that Pathways is passionate about people, and that's whether it's been our clients, our patients and our staff. Last year we were thrilled to receive the prestigious Gold Invested in People Award, and we just put people first. We share vision and values, and we try and make a difference and strive to always do things better. And we support and develop staff, and we all love working for Pathways and to be part of that family. And that's what the ethos is, having that family environment. And so it's an excellent company to work for.
That's amazing. Thank you for that. And then finally, have you got any hints or tips for those that might apply?
To apply, it's looking at what other skill set that you might have. So even if you don't necessarily tick all of the boxes on the job application, it's still worth applying, because we will potentially be able to look for some sort of training plan in place with the peers, etc. All of the vacancies are advertised on Pathways website and on Indeed and with DWP. And the interview sort of selection, it would be initially a conversation with myself, and then from that we would look to taking you forward to a panel interview, and then from that having a second interview with the leading primary care practitioners.
Amazing. That sounds lovely. Well, thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for your time today. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for, though. So, Stu, it's back to you in the studio. Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Rosa, who works at My Dentist. So, Rosa, could you tell us a little bit about what you do there and what the company does?
Yes, so my name's Rosa and I work at My Dentist. My role is to look after all of our advertising campaigns, as well as everything to do with careers talent. And My Dentist, we're a collection of over 600 dental practices nationwide. We treat over 4 million private and NHS patients, and we're a strong team of dentists, dental nurses, managers and head office staff.
Perfect, that sounds lovely. So whereabouts are you guys based?
So our practices are nationwide, so all from Scotland through England, Wales and Northern Ireland, and our head office is based in Kersley, Greater Manchester.
Brilliant, so nice and local. So what roles are you recruiting for at the moment?
So we do recruit quite a lot of experienced and student dental nurses. As a student dental nurse, you don't really need any previous experience within dental nursing, but instead we look for people that have got a passion to get into that field, the right attitude and commitment to complete the course, which is paid for by My Dentist, and then you will be a fully qualified dental nurse at the end of that on the GDC register. We also recruit practice managers nationwide, so in that role you'd be responsible for running your practice, managing staff and driving performance. We welcome people with managerial experience from all backgrounds, and many of our practice managers come from retail, hospitality and leisure backgrounds, as well as people with previous experience in dental care.
Perfect, that sounds lovely. So within those roles, what kind of people are you looking for to join your organisation?
I think people that are really committed to working together in order to always put our patients first. We're a large organisation, but every practice feels like a tight-knit family to ensure that everything is running smoothly for our patients. So it's important that whatever role you join us in, you're committed to your role and understand the direct impact that has on patients every day.
Perfect, 100%. So why would someone want to come and work for you guys?
We're a very secure, growing organisation. We understand that many industries at the moment face quite uncertain futures, whereas we're really going from strength to strength. All throughout the pandemic, we've kept our staff safe, we've kept them up to date, and we've kept them working. We've not had to reduce staff numbers or anything like that. And working for us is just a chance to work in a completely different industry that you may never have considered before or been exposed to. We're somewhere where no matter what role you join, you'll get full training for the industry and ongoing development and opportunities in whatever role you join us in.
Perfect, that sounds amazing. So have you got any hints or tips for anyone out there that might want to apply?
I think always to display a passion to get into the industry. Obviously do your research, especially if you're considering one of our student dental nurse positions. It's a tough role where you're on your feet all day and there's a lot of studying. It's the equivalent to like an A level in biology, which is really tough. As an organisation, we live by our strengths, which are patients first, community matters, a place to grow, altogether better, and restlessly ambitious. So I would encourage anybody that's thinking of applying to go onto our homepage on our careers website, view the videos that are associated with our strengths, and think about sort of how you could bring that to life in the role that you're applying for.
Amazing, that sounds brilliant. So thank you so much for that advice and also for your time today. And hopefully we get to see you again on the Jobs Live channel very, very soon. But for now, it's a goodbye from me to you, Rosa, and back to Stu in the studio. Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Simon Cook, who is from the British Army. So Simon, could you tell us a little bit about what the Army does?
So the British Army protects the United Kingdom's interests at home and abroad, providing a safe and secure environment which all British citizens can live and prosper. We break this down is the fact that we're always ready to serve. The way we do that is there's a couple of different ways. So we protect the UK with our highly trained soldiers, ready to deploy anywhere across the world at 24 hours, 365 days a year to meet a variety of challenges. We prevent conflict around the world. We also deal with disasters around the world, and we also fight the nation's enemies.
Perfect, that sounds lovely. So where are you guys based roughly?
Currently at the moment, the British Army is based basically all over the world. We're based in various locations around the UK, so England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. We also have lots of personnel deployed on various operations around the world. For instance, the Baltics, so Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania and Poland. We've got lots of soldiers in Africa at the moment, so South Sudan, Somalia, Democratic Republic of Congo and Mali, and also in Kenya. Belize and Brunei. We have lots of soldiers currently at the moment in Canada and Cyprus and Germany also.
Perfect, that sounds brilliant. So what kind of roles are you recruiting for at the moment?
So at the moment, there's hundreds of different job roles within the Army. Some of them, just to take into consideration that some of them require qualifications and some don't. But there's, as I said, hundreds of job roles in engineering, comms, IT and intelligence, logistics and support, combat, big one. Probably the biggest part of the Army is the job roles within combat, medical, HR and finance, and also music. But at the moment, we're currently employing some priority roles. So a couple of them are HR specialist, supply chain operative, postal courier, cyber engineer, ammunition technician, and movement controller, and also guardsman as well.
Brilliant, that sounds great. So what kind of people are you looking for to join your organisation?
So the Army, to be a part of the Army team, big one on my part is a positive attitude and outlook in working day to day. No day is the same within the army. We need to have a certain standard of physical fitness, depending on what job role you're looking on joining when you go into the army. A willingness to learn. You're learning every day. I've been in the army nearly 9 years and I still learn new things every single day. And be able to work as part of a team every day as well. All right. So we break this down into our core values and standards of the army, which are courage, discipline, respect for others, integrity, loyalty, and selfless commitment.
Perfect. Some very key skills there and values to have. So why would someone want to come and work for the British Army?
There's lots of different reasons why someone will come and work for the army. So the big one is personal satisfaction and pride. All right, having pride in wearing combat every day and being in the British Army. Variety and adventure. So as I said, no day is the same. And some would say the army is one big adventure, seeing the world. Travel, see parts of the world that you never see in ordinary life. Job security and economy and stability. All right, the army provides a good wage, and the longer you're in the army, with real prospects of going up in rank, the more money that you're going to earn. Physical fitness, a chance to live a fit and healthy lifestyle day to day. Some people might be doing that now, some people don't, if it suits them. An option of full-time and part-time service, and also sport. So be big on sport. The army is also massive on it. So whatever you're good at, you can travel to various locations around the world and across the UK, conducting sports that you're good at.
Perfect. That sounds like a lovely list of things for someone to join the army for. So have you got any hints or tips for those that might be applying today as well?
Yeah, so for me, it's self-motivation. So joining the army is obviously quite a life-changing decision. So be confident in your decision that you are ready to do it and it's truly what you want. Fitness. So keep up with your fitness. If some job roles require harder fitness requirements than others, all right. So depending on the job role that you're going into is how fit that you need to be. All right. Have a job role in mind and do your research on that job role. There's nothing wrong with coming into the careers office and not having a clue what you want to do. That's why we're there, to guide you into basically the job that suits you. But have an idea in mind of what you want to do, whether it be combat, engineering, logistics, medical, nursing, stuff like that. And stay positive during the application process from start to finish. That's about it.
Brilliant, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Simon, for those pieces of advice there that you've given, and for your time as well on the Jobs Live channel today. And unfortunately, I'm going to need to pass back now to Stu in the studio, but hopefully we'll see you again very soon on the Jobs Live channel.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Hello everybody, thank you Stuart, and today I've been joined by Irina from Greggs. Hi Irina.
Hi, my name is Irina Delika, recruitment advisor at Greggs, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about our business. Whenever I say that I work for Greggs, I can see people start thinking about our retail shops, our staff members baking and selling the famous sausage rolls or vegan sausage rolls, serving customers, or working behind the scenes and preparing fresh sandwiches. And yes, all of that is true, but Greggs is not only about retail shops on the high street, but so much more. Greggs is much loved and trusted brand with a strong heritage. And we have been baking and selling our products for over 80 years now. It all started in 1939 when John Gregg started to deliver fresh eggs and eggs to families of Newcastle. 10 years later, he chained up his bike and opened Greggs of Gosforth, Newcastle, making, baking, and selling fresh bread and tasty treats from his very own shop on the Gosforth High Street. There's still a Greggs there today. Over the years, we opened more shops across the country and looked for ways we could make Greggs even better. And today, we are UK's leading bakery food on the go retailer with over 2,000 shops and 20,000 employees serving millions of customers each week. At Greggs, we have big plans for the future and big opportunities available today. With ambition to grow over 2,500 shops nationwide and ownership of our supply chain, we are in a unique position to make high quality, freshly prepared food accessible to everyone. Ownership of our supply chain means that we can make great, freshly prepared food accessible to everyone at great values in an extremely competitive marketplace. By managing our own logistic operations, we can remain focused on the customer, delivering what our shops and customer needs.
So, could you tell us, where are you based?
Sure. Currently, we have over 2,000 shops, 8 regional bakeries, or we call them the centers of excellence, 1 central savory production plant, 2 distribution centers, and they are located throughout the UK and Northern Ireland, plus our head office, or Greggs House as it's known within Greggs, which is located in Newcastle.
Brilliant. So, what roles are you currently recruiting for?
As a company, we manufacture, distribute, and sell our products in our shops. Majority of our roles are based in our retail shops, and we are currently recruiting for shift leaders, supervisors, and shop managers across various locations in UK. But we're also on a constant lookout for various roles in digital and IT teams, roles in marketing, food and safety, logistics and supplies, and so on and so on.
So, what kind of people are you looking for to join the organisation?
We believe that success is down to putting the customers first. That's why Greggs is looking for people with a great customer service skills to join our family. Our shop team consists of shop manager, supervisor, shift leaders, and team members. Depending on the role you're interested in, previous experience might not be essential. However, though, you will be required to demonstrate an understanding of what makes a great customer service. Generally, Greggs shops are made up of small teams, around 5 to 15 staff members working together to deliver first-class customer service and quality products every day of the week. Whether you're a shop manager or a team member, your role will be very hands-on, and you will be involved in entire shop's operation, from cleaning to food preparation and customer serving.
So, why work for you?
As a member of Greggs family, you will benefit from competitive pay rates, generous staff discount, and a share of the profit. Our shop teams also take part in regular competitions and charity events, which ensure there is always fun going on within the shop. Progression is key to our business, as well as building career from inside out. We love to work with people who want to develop their skills and become more successful, and we provide various training and development opportunities to our shop team to help them grow with the business.
So, finally, any hints or tips for those applying?
Obviously, qualification and previous experience do have a place, but really, it's your enthusiasm and passion to provide great customer service that is equally as important. And what we are trying to convey, that there are always opportunities to progress within the business and build a successful career with Greggs. We have a lot of people in the business who started as a weekend team member or a team member and now running their own shop as a shop manager, or even progressed to an area manager or regional operations manager, or those who started working in our retail shops and moved to a different business function. There really are opportunities to progress and build your career with Greggs.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Irina. So back to you, Stuart, in the studio.
So I've now been joined by Alice from Rosendale Trust. Hi, Alice.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us on the Jobs Live channel for this Northwest Works for You broadcast. Just tell me a little bit about yourself and what your company does.
Yes, so hi, nice to join you. My name's Alice Clues. I work in the HR department at the Rossendale Trust. The Rossendale Trust provides supported living care to adults with learning and physical disabilities in apartments and houses. So our care support workers work as part of a team, and they provide high standards of care and support to our tenants to enable them to live a full and meaningful life. So they'll promote independence and choice for each tenant in all aspects of their life. So that could be cooking, cleaning, personal care, attending appointments, and leisure activities as well.
Great. So as an organisation, where are you actually based?
So we're actually primarily based in Sutton, Macclesfield, but we do have properties in Buxton as well.
Great. So anybody who came working for you, Alice, currently would that be physically coming into the office, or is there some element of remote working as well?
So it's support workers, so they would work in the tenants' apartments or houses, so that would be in Macclesfield. If the position is based in Macclesfield, it would be in Macclesfield, or we do have positions that sometimes are available in Buxton.
Perfect. Okay, great. Just tell us the kind of roles that you're recruiting for then currently.
So at the moment, we have full-time and part-time positions available for care support workers based at our Macclesfield locations. I would always say it's a good idea to keep an eye on our website to check what vacancies we do have, because, for example, we might have positions in Buxton come up available, or similarly, we do recruit for night workers as well, so they may come up on our website in the near future.
Perfect. And the kind of people you're looking for, then people that you're wanting to speak to today, who succeed in your organisation, what do those people look like, Alice?
So we're looking for people who are caring, patient, and that are willing to support vulnerable adults while ensuring that they treat them with the dignity and respect. We don't require people to have experience to work with us, because we believe that those personal skills are more important, and we do offer full training, so it's not something you need to have experience in. Of course, it is an advantage, but it's not essential.
And why work for Rosendale Trust? I mean, what's the benefits of joining you and starting a career with you, and what do you find people enjoy the most about working for the Trust?
So I think the main thing is that working in care, it can be a very rewarding career, because you're making a difference every day to someone else's life and supporting them to live their life fully and as meaningful as they can do. So we also have career progression opportunities. So we offer the opportunity to gain qualifications, so level 2, level 3 in health and social care. And we also have a range of staff benefits, such as a health cash plan, long service awards, enhanced sick pay schemes, and life assurance schemes.
So plenty of benefits, and obviously all of that is detailed in the job vacancies. As people apply, they can read up on that.
Yeah, there's lots of information, and if anyone has any questions, they can get in touch with us.
Perfect. Well, this is their chance to do that actually now on this broadcast, to use the live chat to get in touch with Alice and the team at Rosendale, and I'm sure you can guide them. And really my final question is around that, for people who have applied successfully to work for you in the past, any hints or tips for those applying maybe today, and to make sure they are successful in that process?
I would always say it's a good idea to have a good look on our website and just find out more about what we do, and to always look at the job profile of the role that you're applying for, which are all on our website. Make sure you familiarise yourself with that role before you start your application form. And then when you do fill in your application form, include as much information as you can for all the questions it asks, and explain why you think you would be suited to fit that role.
Great. And in the current climate, I mean, are you doing lots of interviews online, on Zoom or on Teams?
Sometimes we do have interviews online, yes, but we do occasionally have interviews in person, obviously social distance and everything, because our care staff are still in work at the moment, being key workers, so they are, all the precautions in place as well.
Great. It's good to know. And it's good to know when people are applying what their expectation is of an interview and where that would take place. So thanks for letting us know about that. And let us know more about Rossendale Trust as well, Alice. It's been great to understand more about your organisation. And people can find out much more on your partner page. And of course, we'll leave the chat open for any future inquiries that people may have as well.
Yes, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us here on the Jobs Live channel for this Northwest Works For You event. We'll hopefully see you again soon, Alice, on the channel, and take care.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Scott Austin from Apprentify. So hi, Scott. Could you tell us a little bit about Apprentify and what you do?
Yeah, brilliant. So thanks for having us. So as Jen said, I'm Scott Austin from Apprentify. So I am the apprentice recruitment executive who looks after bringing in new apprentices for new employers, finding them new roles within the Greater Manchester area. So that is the area we mainly cover. The